Alright guys, welcome back. So this module is going to be actual campaign setup. So we're diving right in here. I'm not going to show you a bunch of diagrams and stuff. I'm actually just going to show you how to set up an account. It's way easier, and if you're like me, I'm a visual learner. So just studying a bunch of stuff's not going to work. Alright, you're logged into your Adwords account, and we're just going to come up here under the campaigns tab. You'll click that. So we're under here. And then we're going to go click this little campaign button with the plus sign. That's how you create a new campaign. So we're going to go from scratch. Now, depending on what you're trying to do, this is very important. If you're trying to do display network, that's 100% different training, so do not ever pick that unless you know what you're doing. I don't even do display network because, in my opinion, it's just the leads are less qualified, but that's just me, and I just don't like doing it. So what you really want to never do is do search and display. Just don't ever do that. So let's just assume, for the sake of whatever, you're just trying to get lawyer leads. All right, we'll do that for an example today. So you have a lawyer client and you're trying to generate him leads. So we're going to do search network only. Well, it's very important you pick that. So we'll let this open up. Sorry for my ridiculously slow laptop. Give that a minute. All right, so this is what happens when we're creating our campaign. So right now it's standard. I always recommend do all features. You just get a lot more cool stuff with the search network. So now we're going to name our campaign after you click all features, because otherwise it's a pain in the ass and it erases it and you got to do it again. It's just whatever. But all right, so let's do Philadelphia lawyers. That's the name of our campaign. I know, I'm so clever. So let's keep going down. Include your search Google search partners. They're really good. Come down. So we don't want to do whole United States. Let's just say, for shits and giggles, it's a Philadelphia lawyer. So we're going to do Philadelphia. And this is just something that I like to do. You don't have to do this, but I get better results with this. I like to go into advanced settings and around the locations. Go under radius targeting and do it. Just keep it like a 20-mile radius. And then type in our location. I mean, yeah, you're going to get some overlap from other stuff here. But, I mean, I guess maybe 20 miles is too far for Philadelphia because it's right by Jersey. Let's do 10. All right, that's a little better. But we still get some Jersey in here. But I guess we don't really have to do this for this one. But you can see here, there's a lot of other areas that you're not targeting that he could potentially, your lawyer could take clients in. And this is really important. So if you want to click this whole area, just add it in, and we got it. We got everything in there. So we're good to go. Hit done. And now we got 10 miles around Philadelphia, so that works. This is very important too, guys. Under here, location options, advanced. You always want to have people in my targeted location. Because if you have people in searching for or show interest in, I mean, this could be someone in California who's searching for some odd reason, Philadelphia DUI lawyers or Philadelphia criminal attorneys, whatever, and your ad's going to show for them, and it's a waste of $15 or whatever the click cost is going to be for this. So then we'll scroll down, manually set your bids. So default bid, this is important. You don't want to come off too low because it'll affect your quality scores, but you don't want to be ridiculously high. But it's better to be higher and drop it down than to be too low and then have Google hit you with a quality score that's a piece of shit and it's going to affect your whole campaign. So lawyers are a really competitive space. I know that firsthand. So let's just start off with like a $12.03 default bid. And you might be wondering, well, what the hell is he doing 3 cents for? Not just $12? Because you got to keep in mind, guys, Google's an auction. And the highest bidder, even if it's only by a penny, the highest bidder is the one who's going to take that impression. So if I'm bidding 12.03 and my competition is bidding $12, my ad's going to show over 3 cents. So that's why it's always weird. I always make them weird too, like 12.03 or 12.07 or just weird numbers like that. Budget per day, this is very important as well. I always recommend, especially in competitive niches like this, where it's going to be $12 a click, to set a high budget. All right, and your client might only be $25 a day. That's all he wants to spend, but You never want to be lower than that. So it's better to start off higher and get the data to optimize. So let's do 100 per day. Delivery method, standard optimized. You don't want to do accelerated. Add extensions, we'll get there. Schedule. This is very, very important as well. We always see clients who don't have a schedule set up, and that's why they're just wasting money. So let's just assume, for the sake of assuming, that this lawyer is open from 8 to 5. So let's just change all these real quick. There's no point to drive phone calls after 5 or before 8 because no one's going to answer them, and they're going to be wasted clicks and calls. We've had run into this a few times where some clients were getting calls like 2 hours past when their office closed, and it's just there are people who are ready to talk right now. They're ready to become a lead, ready to sign on as a client, and it's just a waste. So it's very important. Ad rotation, optimize for clicks. Just don't mess with that stuff. Save, continue. All right, here's our first ad group. So as a rule of thumb for each campaign, I always recommend that you start off with at least 3 to 5 ad groups. But for the sake of time, I'm only going to do one here. But just keep that in mind. And I'll explain how you break down the ad groups while we're doing this one. So let's just say this one is DUI. So he wants DUI leads. So we're going to do this one's going to DUI ad group. So only keywords that are going to be in this ad group are DUI related keywords. And we're going to do our headline. Philadelphia DUI lawyer. Something generic like that for now. And here's where we're going to do our call to action. Yeah, we don't want to do that. Can't do that. Calling out by your DUI case. Let's do that. And then we'll come down here. We'll get see if your case can be dismissed. There we go. And this isn't even for a real client, so let's just do PhiladelphiaLawyer.com. No idea who that is, but hopefully they don't mind us using them for an example. Alright, so here we go with our ad. We got our, and notice the usage of keywords in the ads, it's very important. So Philadelphia DUI lawyers, our title, call now about your DUI case. So there's a little bit of call to action there, and then we get in with the hook below, see if your case can be dismissed. So this is kind of like a vague hook where they're not really sure, like, oh, well, what's this guy talking about? Does he know something that other people don't know? How can this get dismissed? So it kind of gets people's wheels turning and makes them click the ad, and then we're going to get them on the landing page and just get them rocking. So as you can see right here, this is a pretty decent ad for the first time around. I usually, honestly, what I usually do, I'll go to Bing or Yahoo or another related search engine, and I'll start typing in my keywords and seeing what kind of ads come up, and I'll just kind of take a little bit from here and this one and that one and spin it and make it my own and make it just obviously better. But that's just for uncreative people, and I hate to call you that, but they're out there. If you're having trouble thinking of ad copy with hooks and stuff like that, just go do that. It's really easy, and you'll come up with some really cool stuff too. Like this title sucks. It's Philadelphia DUI lawyer. We can do a lot better than that, but for now, that's pretty good. But you can get creative with it. But keep in mind you have your 25 character limit. So then we're gonna come down here, and I always start an ad group with one keyword first, and then because I want to see what the quality score they give us is. And I always start with exact match. So let's just do Philadelphia DUI lawyer. Remember, this is DUI ad group. So you don't want to have criminal keywords in here or anything like that. Defense lawyer, we don't want any of that stuff in the DUI ad group. It's very, very important. Get our default bid down here. Billing. God damn it. Alright, so set up billing later. Alright, here we go. Good to go. So we got our ad, we got our keyword, And now let's mess with our columns because we want to see what our quality score is. Go under attributes, add quality score. And I like to add this too just to see what it is. It's obviously it's not that accurate, but it's as accurate as you're going to get. It's estimated top page bid. Get rid of labels, get rid of view through. Alright, so we started out with a 6. That's actually not bad. That's not bad for this. So the next thing I like to do after we add our one keyword, we create our ad, we go into ad extensions. Site link extensions, very important. And I always do this at the ad group level, and I recommend you guys do too, because you can just like pop more relevancy in there. So we're going to use site link. What were we using again? Philadelphia lawyer.com. Hopefully, I think that's what it was. If I can spell it right. Alright, so for this we might use something like free consult. Free consult. What else can we do here? Another call to action. Call today. I mean, you get the idea. And then I recommend you create, and this might be overkill, but this is what I do. I recommend you create about 5 or 6 of these. And Google will decide which ones they're going to show. And you can pack, don't forget, guys, you can pack your keywords in here too. So we can have one about DUI. We can have one about criminal defense. You know, anything, whatever the client is. I mean, we can do that. So that's exactly what you want to do. So, all right, let's say we add our site link. Next is going to go down. We're going to call extension. Hit extension. Come down here. Add your phone number. So you put your phone number in here. It's always good to have a Google forwarding number. But keep in mind, guys, too, this number where you're going to enter here, and I highly, highly recommend everyone do this. Go to CallRail or CallFire or ACT, anywhere, and get a call tracking number. Because over 65% of our lead gen from our landing pages for clients is phone calls. So it's very, very important you can track them. Because if the client just sees that you got a handful of form submits in a week, they're gonna be like, "What the hell?" You know. But what they're not gonna see is the 15 phone calls they got or 25 phone calls, whatever it is. So I recommend that. So you would add that in there. Then you come down to call out extension. And just keep in mind, guys, the more extensions we're adding here, it's just the more real estate we're taking up on page 1 of Google. It's going to draw more eyeballs to our ad. So it's important that you add as much as possible. Now, callouts are not links. They're just like, here you can see for yourself. It's just a call out text. It's basically just hit them with call to actions. That's all this should be for. And just get them hooked. Get your hooks in them. So then, all right, let's say we got all our ad extensions done. Let's go back over to our keywords. And this is a cool little trick that I do. So you remember, we don't need Philadelphia in every single keyword because our location targeting is only Philadelphia, so we can use these generic terms. All right, so I type in DUI lawyer here, and then I get this little column with all these keywords. So basically what I do, I'll take them. I'll take everything right now. Take everything. Everything has to do with DUI lawyer. I'm taking it. And then, keep DUI defense. Well, yeah, I guess we could take that. DUI defense. You could split that into ad groups. It depends. But for time's sake, I'm just going to throw them in here. Scroll down, see if you need more. All right. Okay, so you're probably looking at this and like, what the hell are you doing, man? There's Maryland in here. And Portland. So here's the next step. We're going to take all these keywords like Google just suggested for us for this ad group. When my computer works. We're going to copy them. And then we're going to go to a really cool website called mergewords.com. Now, paste your keywords in here. MergeWords essentially is going to let you do all your different match types when it comes to exact and phrase all at once instead of individually going through the keywords and just putting pluses and minuses and brackets and all that crap. So obviously you're going to have to do your broad match yourself. I recommend modified broad. I wouldn't even really mess with broad match too much, especially for high, at least in high end niches like this. I wouldn't. I do modified broad. So first, before we do anything, we're gonna go through the keywords. All right. So obviously here we go. Portland, Maryland. No, we don't want that. Bestie Weiler. That's good. Mesa, Oakland. Nope. Maryland. All right. Cheap. Now cheap might be something we want to take and put in a cheap ad group with all other cheap keywords. So for now, let's just move that over here. All right, so you get the picture. You're gonna go through. You're gonna get Manhattan. Like this is no, we don't need any of this stuff. Top UI lawyers, yeah. So all right, so just for the sake of time here, guys, let's get rid of all this. Even though you can use all that, but let's just say these. Let's just say this is your final list of keywords. After you weed through it and you got rid of all the crap and all that stuff, then you're gonna click extra options. Nothing. Let's do phrase match first. So that's quotes. Boom. Here we go. So, oh wait, hold on. My bad. I put the cheap in here first and I combined it. So, merge. There we go. So, it's going to take your entire list and make them all phrase match. So then you grab them. And we're going to toss them right in here. So, we'll get rid of all these. Paste. Save. Alright, and they're all 6s too, which is good. So we want to be around a 6. If you got a 5, it's just not good. And 6 isn't great either, but 6 is better than 5, so let's just keep it simple. Alright, here we go. Then this is going to be exact match. And you get the idea, guys. You want to do this for every ad group and every time you add keywords. It's just so much easier, and people waste hours doing all this research when they just don't have to. There we go. Alright, so now we got our phrasing. So let's just chalk it up that this ad group's done. We got our keywords. We got our ad extensions. The only thing left we got to do is ads. So you always want to run 2 ads against each other. It's just the best way to do it. And you want to have different hooks to see which one works better. Then once a week, pick a day, either Wednesday, Friday, Monday, whatever blows your hair back. And go in here, look at the data from the last 7 days, and drop the loser. And that's how you continually win. So for this one, we'll just switch it up a little bit. DUI lawyer, Philadelphia. Call the DUI experts. See if your case can be dismissed. I want to keep that because that's pretty badass. Also, I should have mentioned this earlier when we started. So our display URL, we actually have another option here to toss in a related keyword. All right. Now you can put LSI keyword in here. You can use your main keyword. It doesn't really matter. It's just anything to increase your relevance is going to increase your quality score. So we already got Philadelphia lawyer in the domain. So we can do /DUI or /DWI, whatever you want to do. But let's just do DUI for now. Save that. And there we go. We got our 2 ads. Now after 7 days, we'll come in here, we'll look at the clicks, we'll look at the impressions, we'll look at the click-through rate, which is the most important part about an ad. And we're going to see who's the winner. So let's say this ad is click-through rate has a 4 or 5%, and this one has a 1 or 2. Obviously, we're going to take the 1 or 2, and we're going to pause it. You never delete it. We're going to pause it, and we're going to create a new one. And we're going to run the new one against the winner. And we're going to do that every week to continually just keep kicking ass. So we got our keywords, we got our ad, we got our ad extension. We're good to go. So next thing we do, we go into our main campaign overview under ad groups. So we got 1 ad group down. So remember what I said at the beginning, guys? You want 3, 5, 6, whatever ad groups to start. We're going to create our second ad group. Maybe this one is criminal defense. And you can tell I'm a great speller, I'm sure. Alright, so you get the idea. We do the same drill. We hit the ad with our criminal, we get rid of the DUI, we hit the ad with our criminal stuff. Do the 1 keyword exact match and just start the whole process over. And that's basically in a gist how you create a successful campaign to start. The most important part about AdWords is getting data. You need data to optimize, and we're gonna get into optimizing in the next video, and that's where the shit gets really cool because that's where you can start tuning up your and scaling your campaigns to pull more leads for your clients. And default bid, I always just keep it the same, so this one would be 1203 or whatever it is. And then we save that, and boom, we got 2 ad groups. So that's pretty much it for setting up a campaign. Just important takeaways: multiple ad groups, multiple keywords and match types, and remember not to use broad. If you're in a competitive niche, use modified broad. And please, please, for the love of God, please use a call tracking number for all of your calls. Even on your landing pages, everywhere should be a call tracking number. So I'm telling you guys, if you don't use one, you're going to lose out with money on the table. All right, I'll see you in the next video.